Hello and good morning, or whatever time it is for you. It's morning for us. This is the very 17th episode of Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. It's on a weird day at a weird time, and I'm here with my weird cast, and we're gonna play some D&D.
Wow.
I know,
All right.
right? Now we've only got 3 hours for this episode. We've only got 3 hours for this part of the adventure, so we're gonna make the intros quick. Plus, it's only been like 2 days.
Yeah, if you don't remember us from 2 days ago,
if you're like, who are these people that I saw on Friday? What's happening? What character? So here's what we're gonna do. We'll go around, tell us about your character and one cool thing you did on the weekend, and then we'll fucking play some D&D.
Okay.
Go, Elf, go.
It's too early in the morning. Yeah, yes, I play Easy Snaggletooth, the kobold fighter, level 5. And she never shuts up. Ever.
What did you do on the weekend? Hurry.
I LARPed. I did the LARP.
To LARP.
More stories later on my channel.
Nice. Down below, Easy Snaggletooth looking bespectacled today. You got kind of like a Hunter S. Thompson thing going on. You just need one of those hats.
Yeah, with the collared open shirt. Yep, I feel it.
Good. It's Andrew. Andrew, tell us about your character and a cool thing you did this weekend.
My character is Little Fox. She is a Firbolg barbarian. She is of the 5th level, and has beast totems. And I did a lot of streaming this weekend. Saturday was like a 12-hour day of stuff. I'm on like a podcast that hasn't been announced yet, and then I'm in another show, and then I did another thing. I don't know. I'm tired.
Hashtag content. You're doing it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the life. I know that feel. Today's that day for me. Bringing up the human contingent of the party, it's Dave as Malik. Dave, tell us about your character and a cool thing that you did this weekend.
Okay, I have to do this really quickly. So basically, Malik is a Dragonborn type sorcerer, but he's actually a human and he uses a lot of fire spells. And he was kind of naughty last week, so he turned his alignment to neutral. But over the weekend, I played lots of Mod Hunters, so that was pretty good as well.
Excellent, thank you, Dave. Well done. And bringing up the rear, the vanguard at the back. It's Blue Jay.
Fishbutt.
Yeah, Fishbutt. It's that Guillermo del Toro's favorite Dungeons and Dragons character. Blue Jay, tell us about your character.
I hope so.
What did you do this weekend?
So. My character is Arcturus Vivaxith. He is a level 5 Triton Tempest cleric of Istitia. And this weekend I played video games and looked for apartments, none of which were satisfactory.
Curses.
The apartments or the video games? That's a shame.
Oh, the video games are fine.
The video games.
The apartments were not satisfactory. There was one that was really cute, but it was like $300 more than I'd want to spend per month.
That's a lot of money for a video game.
Yeah.
Even a cute video game.
A cute video game.
Well, cool. My name's Adam Coble. I'm all of the other characters in the game, and they're too varied for me to give you a synopsis. But I will tell you this: some of them are skeletons, and that's where we left off last time. So when we return to the jungles of Chult, to the stinky mess that is the Aldani Basin, the world's worst red lobster, we fade in on ankle deep in the swamp, our party surrounded by the squishy dead.
I'm sorry, did you just say the world's worst red lobster? Is that what you said?
There aren't any biscuits.
Their Yelp reviews are very poor. The
Yeah,
Aldani Basin red lobster.
Surrounded by undead giant lobster
there.
people, very hostile. 1 out of 5.
Very expensive parking fees. You don't want to go there. So, so you were surrounded by the quickly dwindling numbers of mysterious undead, armed and equipped. They appear to be partly clad still in the remnants of some armor. A couple of them have helmets. Some have bits of chainmail hanging off of their ribs and shoulders. And they're armed with bows, and they are firing their skeleton arrows at you. However, it's not their turn. We're at the top of the order, and Ishi Snaggletooth, it's your moment to shine. What are you going to do?
Well, I think the only answer is to crossbow this one below us here.
This one down here? You fired that guy?
Actually, Arcturus, can you handle that one? Yeah, you probably can, right?
Yeah.
Then I'll crossbow the one up above us instead. This charming fellow.
that feeling when you're slightly too zoomed in and you miss like the 4 top creatures.
There's only 3 left. Oh hell.
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
So crossbow.
All right.
Pack-a-chow,
starting us
13
off. This
damage.
sets the tone. Nice. All right. So these things, they, as you'd imagine, skeletons with no flesh to be, they're relatively easy to crumble. So you take a snapshot from your little island in the swamp and shatter.
I
the
can't
skeleton.
get there, so I might as well shoot a crossbow.
Yeah. So all the water is sort of swampy and difficult terrain. So yeah, firing your crossbow is a great choice here. How are you doing?
All the water is more than 1 foot deep, so it's too deep for you to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna say how am I doing on ammo?
Yeah.
Probably
How's your ammo going?
I have 8 bolts left.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad. All right. Skeletor and company return fire. So there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skeletons. So I think 2 of them fire their short bows at Ishi. So Ishi, you can see when you turn to look towards that target, there are 2 more, and they draw and fire on you. So the first shot is a hit for 4.
For 4, yeah.
And the second shot is a hit for 5.
Oh my god.
So yeah, the
Adam with a +4, therefore rolling over 20.
Over 20 every time, yeah.
Yeah. Little known fact: if you roll the die correctly, you can get a median roll of like 15 or so. You just gotta you gotta believe in yourself, team. You just gotta believe. It's the power of believing. I've read The Secret. I know how this stuff works. Visualization.
You're
Right.
literally the worst.
So, Little Fox, whether you notice these attacks or not, deep in your rage though you might be, here comes 2.
Yep.
First shot is a miss. Second shot is a hit for 8, and your rage.
I take
reduces.
4.
So down below, Malik and Arcturus will each take 1 shot from a skeleton. So Malik, you see this skeleton draw an arrow and loose it. Ooh. In another world, that could have hurt real bad, but not here, not today. So it fires wide, and you hear the splash of the arrow. And then Arcturus, quite nearby, I think this one might drop its bow and rush at you with its sword.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah, I think. Let me see if it can do it. So 10, 20, 30. Okay. So it sloshes through the water and draws a rusty-looking short sword and lunges at you. And
Bad choice.
it misses you, and you are fine. So, Little Fox, through the blinding red fury of your rage, you have the vague suspicion that there are things to destroy somewhere in this direction. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I think she's like got lots of arrows sticking out of her. Like they've been hitting and just not hitting enough to hurt her. And she's just gonna run at this nerd over here.
Okay.
I got lots of spare movement.
Yeah, you do.
And just
I love
all.
the idea of someone like a huge character like Little Fox fully in the grip of rage trying to run in like thigh deep water. Because if you've ever tried to run in deep water, it's a little frustrating and you
It's
like
the worst.
kind of fall over.
And like snow or something.
So just the idea of her like roaring and like getting angry at the water.
Yeah, she probably like smashes her hammer into the ground to like get leverage and then pull herself up onto the island and then jump at this guy. Graw.
Nice.
I imagine that hits. I hit it for 12 damage.
Ooh, all right. You all but sever its body from the other parts of its body, but it doesn't die. I think you like blow off an arm or something and it staggers back, but it still retains the darkness of life.
Yeah, the second one though.
Oh, no.
Boom!
Give it another 13. See how it likes that.
There you go. So this is one of those moments where you hit it and it staggers back and the music is like, you've defeated, it's still alive. And you just right halfway through, bang, no.
From off camera, the hammer just like
Yeah, and so boom, bones fly into the swamp and the creature.
yeah, and she like roars a challenge to the last one in the
creature's
area.
very destroyed. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And actually, technically, you would have killed it with the first swing. You don't have anywhere else to put that second swing, but I forgot these guys do. They're particularly crumbly because they're made of bones.
Yeah.
All right. So, Malik, it is your turn.
Hammer meets bone.
All right, we've got two lovely skeletons who will like to have some twin spell.
Anyone who's watching at home, for copyright reasons, I can't do this for you. But if you wanted to put on spooky, scary skeletons while we do this fight,
Yeah.
I would encourage you to do so.
Yeah, for sure. All right, southeast, Skelly boy.
Okay.
Oh, what's that?
Oh.
No. Let's try again.
Let's try that
Try
again.
again. That's better.
There you go.
All right, dead boy.
Okay, what kind of damage do you deal?
Fire.
Nice. All right. So the chromatic orb streaks towards the skeleton, striking it in its center of mass and igniting its bones, which crumble steaming into the swamp.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Shoom.
And this was the one that this one over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, so same thing. That one also explodes in a shower of bone chunks. All right. Do you want to move, or are you okay where you are?
Yeah, let's get onto land.
Okay.
Just in case there are spooky things in the water.
There you go.
I got a bad feeling about this. Compared to the last fight, this feels easy. So I'm a bit.
So we pan over to Arcturus, and Arcturus, you're still a bit aglow with the power of your god, having just dispatched a handful of these skeletons with a brilliant flash of watery
I'm
light.
gonna dispatch this one too.
Yeah. So this is the last remaining Skeletor.
And it
in your
casts those like
presence.
winds. 14, does that?
Yes. Yeah, it does work.
Yeah. So what happens for necrotic damage for Arcturus is like it's verbal and somatic. So I guess like the somatic elements are more like just like I need to touch you sort of thing.
Mhm.
But like the verbal elements is like the creepy kind of undersea monster noises.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
And-
really cool. Yeah.
And then like the necromantic bit is just like sucking all of the like water out of someone. So like the skeleton doesn't have a whole lot of water, but like it just becomes even more dry.
Oh,
And then
that's-
Arcturus like a little like damp and like
That's so cool that it's like reclaiming. You're fremening these dudes. You're reclaiming their water.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So the bones.
I'm just imagining a dark future where there's like Arcturus Vuvaxeth, horrible necromancer.
You know, like desiccating people.
Totally just huge water tanks behind you as you just like sap people's fluids. Yikes. Yeah, so you reach out and just all you have to do is like brush the skeleton's ribs, and I think a big section probably from like the top of his his jaw down to his waist, all just like the dust, it just crumbles to dust, and the rest of the bone's gonna fall inward and splash into the swamp.
And
Cool.
I'm gonna move over to Ishi and be like, haven't done that for a while. And like
She's like looking over at skeletons.
Yeah. There's two of them approaching through the and now remember, this whole scene takes place during like heavy pummeling rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Ishi.
I shoot another skeleton.
Okay.
My dear friend.
Which skeleton?
The one in the middle, but I missed, so it's
Nope.
fine.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. So you fire past him.
can you bonus action reload?
No.
No.
Yeah. The reload action is.
You can only fire once a turn.
Yeah, it just prevents it. It's a bit weird.
It's really annoying.
It doesn't.
I'm gonna
cost-
ditch this crossbow in this swamp and steal a short bow from one of these fucking
yeah,
Skeletors.
the end of the fight, you're just like blep. Like forget you.
Yeah, I don't really care. I'll throw it and all the bolts into the swamp.
I need the bolts. I don't have-
I
don't
never
have
realized how
attacks
terrible this
anyway.
crossbow is. All right, so the skeletons are going to return fire, and they'll fire once each. This is for Arcturus. There you go. I believe Dave.
777.
Yeah, I unlocked some kind of special bonus for getting all 7s in my roll. I think is a thing.
Yeah, everyone does 7,777 damage, including the enemies. So,
Cool. So everyone dies.
Everyone's dead.
Good campaign, everybody. And then this one is for not for Little Fox. This is for Ishii. And no, they're just as poor at aiming.
Why couldn't the special thing have been we got 777 experience?
Because you didn't roll it. I did.
We need to get 7,700 experience.
Little Fox, it's your turn. Do you want to do the swamp shuffle?
Yeah. Okay. So this over here is a bush.
Yeah.
And this is also difficult terrain.
Yeah, I think you could tear through it if you want at the same rate as going through the swamp.
Okay. So with my 40 feet of movement, I can get to here if I double move. Yeah. And that's it. And so I am engaged with this skeleton now. We're going to have a lovely wedding in the swamp.
So Malik, you watch as Little Fox turns, goes up over the little hillock, right through the bush, just tearing the bush out of the way, and through the swamp, and back up onto the land in the most direct route possible.
She like leaps out into the muck of the swamp and then like claws her way through it. Yeah. Nice.
All right, Malik, your turn.
Yeah, turning slightly to not want to attack that one anymore. I'm going to try and conserve some spell slots now.
Okay.
And I'm going to firebolt this friend up here.
All right. Nice. Sizzling through the rain-filled air. The firebolt deals a lot of damage.
Holy crap!
Damn.
That's pretty okay.
Yeah, it's 40.
This is that
40,
sweet spot level for sorcerers and wizards and stuff where they get awesome.
It's like that. This is the skeleton has a moment. This is actually the skeleton that starred in Terminator 2. You know that part where they needed the skeleton to like grab the fence and get all fired on by the Terminator. That's this guy. He was ready for this, and he just blows away into dust. And and now all you can hear is the sound of the rain splashing into the swamp around you, and pattering off of your gear and bodies. There do not appear to be any more skeletons around, but I know that
There's
some.
one by Little.
One's still alive.
What? Where?
My
Right
Little
here.
Fox.
The one next to him.
Okay. Foregone conclusion. Arcturus, this poor skeleton.
Like,
I don't
he
even
can
have
try
any
to hurt
faith
me.
in him. He just dies. He just looks around. He's like, nope, forget it. I'm out.
He just like falls apart and like
Takes his head off. Sorry, and falls down. Okay, all right. Arcturus and Ishii, if you'd both like to attempt to get rid of him.
yeah, we
Here
can
we
shoot
go.
our crossbows.
Plow, plow.
Laid out before the firing squad. All right.
6
Take
damage.
take 6 damage.
Another 6
6
damage.
damage.
Another 6 damage. Okay. Wow, he's gonna get one more attack. Here we go.
Here it goes.
Ah! I'm the best skeleton there is. And he takes a swing with his sword at Little Fox and misses horribly. Little Fox, would you like to bid this skeleton farewell? See you
Goodbye,
later.
skeleton.
See you later, Boney. There you go. Just boom. Skeletor gone. So
Now they're dead.
now they're dead. So for folks who expended missile weapons during this fracas, you can get half of them back if
Cool.
you'd like.
So, can I have your remaining crossbow bolts?
I give Arcturus 9 crossbow bolts, and then I huck my freaking crossbow into the swamp, and I'm like, "This is useless." Ugh. Like
You ever
spark.
You ever seen a kobold say goodbye to a crossbow?
It sinks below the murk, and I the water is too high for me to like splork through it. So I imagine Ishii doing the like little reptile swim, you know,
Yeah.
through the murky water.
Your
to one
little
of the
tail, like propelling you. As
yeah,
you walk.
exactly. Through one of the skeleton corpses, and grabs their short bow up, and then like goes around looking for arrows from all the other ones. So
Nice.
I'm actually looting, something we don't do very often.
Arcturus, for some reason your crossbow was set to use your strength because you're a big cheater, so I fixed it.
What?
You
I
don't
thought we talked about this.
What? Okay. What are
I thought we talked about it like when we first started that that could use either
A
or?
crossbow? No.
I don't know.
No. We were talking about your like a throwing weapon, but yeah, no.
Oh,
It's okay.
okay.
I fixed it. It's fine. It's no big deal.
It's still showing that it's doing damage plus strength for me.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not using. You're still using the crossbow, but you're gonna. Here, let me see. Attack plus dex.
I mean, not anymore.
There you go. Okay, so you're using the crossbow. You're set, and then you're gonna use a short bow.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay. All right. Let's see how many how many short bow arrows you're able to get. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I say 11 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 12. Okay.
Maybe that was the trident
It
that we
might-
talked
Yeah,
about.
it might have been
Hmm.
that many.
What's that?
That's how many remaining short bow arrows. There
Sweet, 27 arrows.
It takes some time because you keep picking things up out of the swamp and you're like, is this an arrow? Nope, that's a bone. Is this an arrow? Nope. That's a bone.
Yeah.
She's probably that is the dialogue for it. She's like, "Is this an arrow?" No.
Yeah, she's actually talking to herself the whole time, going like, nope, nope, nope. Like throwing stuff over her shoulder.
The next time you fire that weapon and you critically fumble it, you just pull a femur out. You're like, oh hell. So
It had feathers on it. I swear it was an arrow.
So at the end of the fight, it's midday, but you wouldn't be able to tell because of all the rain. It is gray and swampy and miserable, but you have a general idea, thanks to Little Fox's navigation, of what direction in which to head. So, what do? Do you want to stick around here at all and see what the source of these Skeletors are, or do you want to just keep moving?
Would I know anything about like how these kind of like creatures operate in terms of like, would there have to be someone close by controlling them? Could it be laid like as a trap and then the person like abandon it? Like how do
make
like,
a
can
make a religion
skeletons
check?
just like hang out? Religion. 6.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think the only undead you've ever really been exposed to have been intentional creations of necromantic magic, either necromancers or clerics of death or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, you don't know, right? It doesn't.
Well, I mean, if that's like my previous experience, then I would, be like, we should look around for whoever summoned these creatures.
Yeah. I agree. We can't just have skeletons walking around.
Malik, you can also make an Arcana check if that's something you're interested in. What's Malik doing?
Yeah, he's probably interested as well. Probably a bit spooked that his suspicion was correct. He just like randomly like, hold on, this is probably going to be a bad thing without even like thinking about it too much. So he's probably just like mage handing bits of them up out of the water and like looking at them and turning them over, just like single bones at a time. So I'll have a little bit of an Arcana as well.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
These skeletons don't appear to be marked in any way. You know now to look for the blue triangle, the mark that indicates the presence of Ross and C, but you don't see it. You think that it's possible that these skeletons could simply be the product of like ambient necromantic energy. Sometimes that happens. If the Aldani Basin is cursed, then so too might be the bones of the dead that lie here. Their origin is mysterious, but you can kind of rule out like active control, at least for the moment. They may be like the edges of a larger control area that have like wandered out, but there isn't someone sitting nearby being like, kill them with swords. That's my necromancer impression. You like it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So as we're all like wandering through, like picking things up, having a look at stuff, and a cool shout out to everybody. it doesn't seem like they're being actively controlled. So I'm not sure there'll be anybody nearby. Seems more ambient. I think what you're saying about the whole area being cast is probably closer to the mark for this one.
I mean, they seemed pretty intelligent. They waited for us to move into a position where they could all come up from different sides. And do they do that usually? You know, things that have no brains. I don't know.
I mean, like, Arcturus looks like he might, like, open up the skull of one to check and see if it has a brain, but then thinks differently.
Just turn it over. Nope. It's like a magic 8-ball. What's Little Fox doing? Are you just, like, celebratorily crushing skulls against your head like they're beer cans, or?
No, Little Fox is getting the like canoe sorted out. She had to like ditch it before the fight.
Yeah, the canoe is difficult because it's raining so much that like you have to have it flipped over so it doesn't fill with water, and then you can't like drop it that way because then turning it over. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I'm still digging for arrows. Nope. Snake. Nope.
Exactly. Bone, snake, arrow, snake, ring of winter, snake.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So eventually you kind of get your bearings. Arcturus and Malik both on the lookout going forward for the source of these creatures, and you press on towards the end of your day. Now the rain continues, pummeling hard down into the night, and eventually, out of fatigue and a need to just rest, you find some ruins. And by ruins, I don't mean like anything significant, just like a couple of pieces of ancient stone sticking up that you can kind of get shelter under. So everybody kind of huddles under there to light a fire.
Are you sure they're not significant at all?
I mean, you can make a history check. You have your ability as well.
Yeah, on my ability.
Yeah, do it.
Go.
Okay. So these look like the sunken foundations of something that was probably built prior to the Aldani Basin being quite so waterlogged. So these are ancient Chultan like stone structures. There's a half of an arch. There's some other semi-complete areas, and it's right on the edge of a relatively clear water source. The River Ocean Stars, its influence is being felt more and more as you go north. So you're becoming less and less swamp and more like clear water. And so there's a small lake, like, you know, no more than like half a mile across, a big pond really. And the water is relatively unswampy, and so you're sort of settled in next to that. Yeah. Bits of stone, somewhere you can actually light a fire because you can hide under this area. No, it's still wet. There's water dripping off, but I think that we see the group surrounded by firelight, the orange glow, and then over top of you is this sort of stone arch, and then there's like almost a waterfall over the edge of the arch where the water is pooling up top and then spraying over the side. So it's actually quite a striking scene, and you all sit down and settle into rest. Now, do we have the non-navigating party members? Are you going scavenging for food?
I can fish.
Yeah, it's possible there might be some fish in
Because
this
there's some
pond.
clear water, right?
If you guys want to eat fish from here, I'm cool with it, but
I'm into it.
okay, I'll fish.
Ishi will eat anything.
23.
Whoa!
Compilations.
I get fish, so
I
it's,
don't know that it would necessarily be fish. Like, what would be in like a jungle, like a pond?
Well, I imagine like those like whiskered fish, right? Like that
Catfish?
seems like a kind of thing that would.
Yeah, bottom feeding scum
like,
suckers.
or like isopods.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
what I was
like
thinking
crawfish.
too.
Yeah, like crawfish. Yeah.
Yeah. What attribute did you use to roll survival? What attribute was that to catch those crawfish?
Wisdom.
Wisdom of
indeed.
the crayfish.
You did it. All right. So you come back with like you have a shield, right? So you come back with like your shield with a bunch of like, and I guess you just like boil them on the fire.
I don't. I just eat them, but you guys can.
Cool. Oh God, raw. It's raw.
I am a fish person.
I get it. but it's
Blitz,
still
does
gross.
Arcturus eat the shells? Does Arcturus just like crunch it, or
I don't know. How do fish eat other fish?
I mean, they
Which,
don't.
yeah,
They
probably
don't
just,
cook
probably
them.
just, yeah, probably just like holding in the mouth.
Nice. Well, everybody else makes a delicious gumbo, but
Pocket
Yeah.
soup.
Little fox, yeah, makes like a little stew out of it.
okay. All right.
So
Okay.
there's a lot of prep. I gotta boil them first, and I gotta shell the meat, and then put the meat in the stew. It's like
I think Arcturus is probably like, oh, that's an interesting, very lots of, nope, it's fine. You do.
It's not like Tritons don't have like cooked food. It's just that
I mean, what? We live in a giant, never-ending ocean. How do we?
volcanic vents, dude?
Yeah, those are everywhere.
I mean, they kind of are. If you're at the bottom of the ocean. Okay, so you get 8 pounds worth of crawfish. That's fucking impressive. 4 pounds of which go to tonight's meal, and then everybody sets in to rest. So everybody's taking a watch. And
Yes. I will take the first one because I'm awake and
Okay.
alive, alert, awake, and enthusiastic.
Do y'all mind if I take the last one so I can like put my armor on before my watch?
that
Yeah,
makes sense.
that
Yeah,
totally
that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so it's Ishi. Let's write this down because we never did. It's Ishi, and then Arcturus is at the end. So what are the other?
Little fox is the second last.
Okay, so Malik is second. Okay, so Little Fox, it's dark and it's damp, it's wet. Let's see what tomorrow's weather will be because you're in a sort of transition. Okay, so the rain has sort of started to let off. It's not like brutally pummeling you anymore. And can I get you to make a perception check for me, Little Fox?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Please. I mean, you could just throw it. You could be like, no, I choose not to.
I guess
I'm
I'll
on
do
watch,
my
but I'm
job.
not on watch.
Nice. Dude,
I
those
got
are
a
both very
17.
good. Okay, so here's what happens. So you here's our little camp here. You're all resting on the little beach area here, and you should be able to see, provided that I've given your token sight. Yep. Okay, so you can see a little area around you, and you see to the south of you, down this way, the way you came, you see a group of like shapes. There's something is moving down that direction down here. Just at the edge of the light.
Grab a torch.
Yeah, I think she like reaches down into the fire and pulls like a burning like piece of wood out of it to use as like a little torch.
Okay.
And I will
You now emit light, so you pull it out with one hand.
walk towards the edge of the water until I can see in the dim light whatever the hell this token is.
Yeah. So you see a group of mixed, like human. It looks like a group of humans and dwarves. The tokens all show dwarves, but and you can hear like your torch is hissing and the rain is coming down in your face. And you can just barely make out a group of these shapes coming towards you. There's like maybe a half dozen of them, and they're walking with a slow, one might say, shambling gait. And they're just like stepping slowly, kind of maybe drawn by the light towards you. You can't get much detail other than that from where you're standing because they're out in the dim light and there's the rain and everything.
So yeah, she like hustles back to the fire, puts this burning piece of wood back in it to keep it, solidly going.
Yep.
And starts shaking people awake.
Okay.
Starting with Ishi.
Okay.
So
She's good at waking people up.
So here's what we're gonna do. I need everybody to, because Little Fox is gonna take this first round, waking everybody up, and that's fine. These things are they're definitely hostile. They're coming towards the light with the intent to act.
They're shambling.
Yeah, they're shambling your way.
Badness.
But I'm gonna give everybody, before we roll initiative, everybody make a like a wisdom save, and we'll say, Little Fox, you can give one person advantage on this. Make a wisdom save. We'll say DC being awakened. Let's say just say DC like 10. And if you succeed, you'll get to act on the first turn. If you fail, then you're groggy and like kind of like stunned for the.
All right. Well, I'll give Ishii advantage because I'm waking her up first.
Sure. Yeah. That makes sense.
So because we've had like a portion of a long rest, that counts as the same as what a short rest would be, right?
No. What happens is that it's an interruption of your long rest, and if it takes no longer than an hour, you can go back to sleep and resume the long rest.
But right now we have no benefits.
Otherwise, there's no benefit.
And we get the benefits at the end.
You get the benefits at the end of the full rest.
Clicks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't want my spell slots back, but Channel Divinity comes back after a short rest.
Yeah,
so
you
I
didn't take a short rest.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
it's okay. You have advantage.
advantage.
So Ishii, you start to wake up, and then Little Fox, what do you do to like? What does it look like when you wake Ishii up?
So
pull me by the tail out from under my blanket.
So yeah, she's like no, and probably like pulls her like blanket over her face or whatever, and Little Fox just like puts her hand like around her entire torso, just like rattles her.
Okay, fine.
So it's like you really don't have any choice.
Awesome. And Ishii, you you have armor?
I have leather armor, yeah.
And you sleep in it, right?
I do, yeah.
Okay. I can't remember. There's rules for this.
Is that you can sleep in?
Leather doesn't give you disadvantage for
it.
All right. So Arcturus, you don't have your armor. You can grab your shield.
Basically, Ishii's only clothing.
Yeah, let me go ahead and take it off right now.
Okay. So everybody begins. Everybody except everybody except Little Fox and Ishii. You begin your turn prone, and you're not holding any of your gear. So you'll have to take action to like stand up, grab your shield and your weapon, and kind of ready for combat. But that's okay because these things are slow. They're not, velociraptors or anything. Let's.
Oh man,
Velociraptors would be far more clever.
Exactly.
Those.
Yeah. Now, these are just the lure. The Velociraptors come later. Okay.
These are dead Velociraptors.
They don't have like an auto
even
fail
though we said they were
anything
humans
for their initiative. So let's roll.
Oh gosh, zombie dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That'd be intense.
That'd be awesome.
If we don't fight a zombie dinosaur before the end of this campaign,
yep,
I'm gonna be disappointed.
Okay, I'll make a note.
Bingo game.
I want that so bad.
Okay.
Adam notes down zombie dinosaurs.
Zombie
Later on, 1,000 years from now, people are like, "What the hell does this note mean?"
Okay. All right. So, Malik, you can start us off. Or actually, hold on.
What?
There we go. Arcturus. So Arcturus, you got yours. Malik, we skipped Malik. So Malik, you got your.
Is it ascending or descending order?
I got it this time. Yeah. So Arcturus, you get a turn, right?
Yeah, I got a 23 on my wisdom save.
Okay. So you're prone. You are not currently like equipped with anything. What do you do for your turn?
I get up.
Okay.
And I cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Nice. All right.
You grab like a weapon or something, bonus action.
Yeah, as part of your standing up, you can grab one item.
Oh, okay.
Either your
cool.
shield or your hammer.
I can only grab one. I'll grab my shield.
Oh, and Shield of Faith is a bonus action, so you can use your full action to grab the other.
Okay, sure. Yeah, then I'll grab my shield and my hammer.
Okay, let me add Shield of Faith.
So I've got 14 right now.
Okay, excellent. All right, Arcturus, you are protected by your mighty deity. And yeah,
Shield of Fish.
You actually can't see the threat, Arcturus. You just hear Little Fox like shaking people and being like, "Wake up, wake up!"
Yeah.
But you can't currently see anything.
But I mean, like when you wake us up in the middle of the night, like
prep up.
And
yeah.
she points in a direction. She's just like over there.
Yeah. Now, Ishii, I will. When you wake up, I'll draw your attention this way.
Yeah, I know. I can see them.
You spotted those guys too.
Yeah, they're coming from the other side as well, guys.
Yep.
And so Ishii like gets up and grabs a rapier as she's standing up and like leans to grab her shield as well.
Okay.
And that's gonna be her action. But she's also gonna say like,
we got friends over there too.
You know, like pointing the other way than
Mhm.
what Little Fox is pointing.
Okay.
Because I can see in the dark with my little lizard eyes.
Yeah, that's true. You have a better radius of sight than anybody else right now. Okay. All right. So, Little Fox, it is your turn, and you are certainly the most ready.
Yeah. So I've already got all my stuff in hand, presumably.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense.
'Cause, like-
You'd have it on you already. That's what
Yeah,
watch
it's-
is for.
My stuff is a hammer
Yeah.
and
And a hammer.
some javelins, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
And so I'm gonna go to the edge of the bright firelight, and I will hold an attack action,
Okay.
and I will rage.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, and just like bellow a challenge out into the darkness.
All right. So I'll add a rage counter for you. There it is. And you are set. Okay. All right. So the Zambos they shamble as they do towards you. And then I will tell you something cool about them as they get closer. So they've only got a 20-foot movement, right? So they're gonna shamble across the sand. 20, 40. Okay. So they're shambling towards you, and then these ones the same. So that was 5, so 10, 20, 30. So they're moving forward, not like hungrily, like these. I'll describe them to you as they get closer. So 15, 20, 30, 40. They're having some trouble walking through this shallow water. 15, 25, 35, 40. Okay. So as they get closer, Little Fox, as they approach the light of the torch or the light of the campfire, and then you can see that they don't look like dead in the same. Have you seen a zombie before? Has Little Fox ever seen like a?
I mean, we've seen those triangle people.
Yeah. Those ones weren't like D&D
They're not like
zombies in the traditional sense
zombies.
either. They were zombies in the kind of like voodoo, like person with their mind messed up type of zombie. But these creatures, they're a mix of humans, both Chultan and paler skinned humans, and dwarves. And they have around, like you can see their veins really clearly through their almost like translucent skin. So their skin is really thin looking, and you can kind of see their veins, and their veins are like a sickly kind of orange or like yellow color. Their eyes are kind of watery and also that same kind of yellowy color, and some of them are drooling like whitish yellow like fluid down their face as they stumble forward. They don't smell of decay, but instead you smell some kind of like more like planty kind of smell, like not the greenness of fresh cut leaves, but the sort of sticky like sappy kind of smell. So that's a thing.
So can I use my readied action to smash a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna swing at an arbitrary one of them. I will swing my maul.
Okay.
Does a hit?
Yes. Oh yeah, an 18, no problem.
The zombies are all going to the mall today.
All right. Yeah. Get it. You get 13 damage.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is the one directly in front of you, and you said
Sure.
6, 13.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So as it comes forward, you slam your hammer into its chest, and it staggers back. There's the crunching of bone. You leave a huge bruise, but it hurts it obviously, but it doesn't notice. It's numb to the pain.
And I predict that these might be exploding zombies, but I don't know that Little Fox is ready for that kind of thing. So we'll see.
Okay. So Malik, you failed your wisdom save, right?
I did, yes.
So what does that look like when we cut to Malik, and Malik is still kind of like coming to, and there's this thing like looming over you? How is Malik responding?
Yeah, he like freaks out. He like grabs for his spell focus, like his little staff, and it's slightly too far away. Maybe it like rolled a little bit in the sand as it got displaced. And he's like just trying to throw the sand up at it and then try and like magic it, but it's not happening for him.
Yeah. Okay.
Not yet. Anyway.
Yeah, so you're kind of like stumbling over your words, still kind of asleep. Your conscious mind isn't caught up with your subconscious, and your subconscious is busy being scared. And yeah, okay, cool. So I need Little Fox. I need you to make a. I need you to make a saving throw for me. Wisdom save, please.
Okay. I get a 6.
All right. So you feel like dizzy. The smell that I was describing before, like it's getting to you. Something like you're feeling you're feeling like dizzy and sort of strange. So you don't have anything that protects you from charm yet, right?
No.
Okay. All right. So you are charmed.
Oh God.
And
We're all dead.
the way this charm works is on your turn, you can do nothing except move in a particular direction, which I will show you on your turn. You can only move, and you can make the same throw again at the end of your turn. So your next turn, you'll just move in a direction that I tell you. And so you're just like, I guess we see Arcturus, you see Little Fox kind of wobble a little bit, and instead of going from like aggressive like combat stance, just kind of like the hammer droops a bit. She kind of like leans forward. And it's funny because your rage doesn't end, so it's just like buried under this other thing.
Yeah, I think she like stumbles forward and puts out a hand and just like catches it on the shoulder of one of them.
Yeah.
And then like
it's like
turns.
having very, very angry locked in syndrome. Okay, Arcturus, it's your turn.
Okay, someone pointed out that I should have taken a 4th cantrip at level 4, and I didn't.
Oh, cool. Free cantrips.
Yeah, right. Cantrips all over the place. But instead, I am going to summon the storm. It's already raining. So the way that this works is if you're outdoors in stormy conditions, it's raining. Does stormy conditions count?
First of all, yeah, let me look at my weather of Chult table.
You said it was,
It's rainy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means that there are clouds, but it's not storming already.
Yeah, let me look at that's why I'm looking at the table, because I don't want the table to never say something that applies storm. Let me see, what did I call that table? Weather of Chult, I think it's called. So many.
Weather of Chult or elsewhere.
Okay. Rainy, heavy rain, heavy storm. Yeah, I think for it to be considered storming, heavy rain and heavy storm, but since we're sort of in between the two, I'll give you, we'll die of fate this. 4, 5, and 6, it's a storm. It counts.
Okay.
Ooh, nope. All right. So just regular storm calling.
Okay. Well, anyway, I have a ability for that I didn't use yesterday.
Okay.
Wait, no. Destructive Wrath is my channel divinity. Never mind.
Yes.
It's one or the other. So I call up a storm because it's not storming anymore. I call the storm back. And
Hey, come back now. Hey.
come back.
So what does it look like? What level spell is this? This is a big spell, right?
It's level 3.
Cool. Yeah. What does it look like when you call lightning?
It's a storm cloud in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius. Centered on a point I can see 100 feet directly above.
And it hits everything in that area?
But it doesn't hit like everybody. I choose a point and lightning flashes down from that point. So I choose a point where the lightning hits, but the storm is.
So the storm sets an area, and then within that you can be like, "There's lightning here. There's lightning here."
Okay,
There's...
and like
And I get
60 feet is like everything, right? It's everything around you right
It's
now.
the whole map, basically.
Yes, 60 feet. So I can call lightning anywhere as long as I maintain concentration on it. And
Okay, so your shield of faith goes away then.
Oh right, concentration.
Yeah.
I didn't remember,
okay.
but yeah, that's fine. I shouldn't have cast it, but whatever.
It's fine.
And then I'm going to
It's called call lightning, right?
call lightning. And it's anybody in a 5-foot point of where I call down the lightning. So if I call it, wait, I can hit 2 people. I don't think I can hit 3.
Right. So on each turn, what kind of action is it to call an actual lightning bolt?
It doesn't say.
Let me
It
take a look.
says on each of your
Yeah, I
turns
got it here.
until the spell ends, you can use your action to call down lightning
There
in
it
this
is.
way again.
There it is.
There you
So you
go.
can't do it this turn because it's an action to cast it.
You can do it this turn.
You
When
can.
you cast the spell.
You can do it this
Oh yeah, it
turn.
does say when you cast the spell.
Yeah.
And then each turn after. Okay. So bolt of lightning hits and then everything within 5 feet. That's really cool. So basically you're just channeling the storm. You can feel it like and everybody's like suddenly everyone in this area, a terrible storm whips up, right? The rain gets harder and suddenly out of nowhere, there's like flickering of lightning, there's a roll of thunder,
Does
and
damage
then
snap people out of being charmed?
and then bang. No.
Would damaging the creature that charmed you do that?
Maybe.
I mean, feel free to drop lightning on top of me.
I don't know which of the
I'm gonna take
creatures.
half damage.
Wow.
I don't know which of the creatures charmed
if you hit Little Fox, you'll hit 3 other things. And
Yeah,
she just
I
said
think it
was
would be
fine.
most efficient to just.
If I literally just
Just
hit
target
Little-
Yeah,
Little
you
Fox.
just strike
Yeah.
Little Fox with lightning.
Well, we did just see Little Fox get like.
Yeah.
That's so
But
good.
I don't know if I could.
Let me jolt you out of this.
It's zap.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, I think that it's like I just woke up and like.
You miss.
Yeah, like maybe Arcturus doesn't like really mean to do it, but it ends up.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. I just woke up and I see most like that's the area where there's the most creatures.
Mhm.
But then I like after like the lightning like comes down and I can see like the like shadows of everyone that I just hit like flashing against my eyes. I'm like, oh shit.
Okay.
No.
So DC 14 saves.
Yeah.
And it's Dex, right? So danger sense.
Danger sense. Yep.
It's like that bit in one of the first cuts.
No, I'm sorry.
One short, so I'll take 9 damage.
Yeah. Take 9. All right, let me roll for these things. Now these guys, their dex is terrible. So
That's never stopped you before.
left, bottom, and right. I think they all fail.
Yellow musk zombie,
That's what
eh?
they are, yeah.
Yeah. As soon as I saw the initiative roll, I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be weird. It's gonna be a weird one."
And then
So 18 damage for all 3 of them. None of them fall. But like, yeah, this lightning bolt strikes Little Fox, and lightning like leaps off of you and hits these things, and it seize up and stagger around. Yep, it's a bad time.
what does it do with the charm?
Nothing.
Okay. And then I think because I'm not wearing any armor, I think that I kind of like hide behind
tuck in.
Ishi, and I'm just like, sorry about that lightning. And like it's that like, oh, I'm still really like.
It's okay. Keep doing it.
I like.
Okay. All right. Cool. Good stuff, Arcturus. Ishi, it's your turn.
I move into the threatening square of the other zombie as well, so that I'm like covering Malik as he wakes up. And Malik prone still counts for pack tactics because he's not incapacitated. So I stab the shit out of the zombie that's in
So
front
it's
of
less
me.
Malik fighting them and more just being a distraction. Like, they're
Yeah,
gonna grab
exactly.
him.
It's going for Malik, and you like stab it.
Yeah, he's flailing and throwing sand and stuff, so it's the perfect distraction for rapiering things. I don't have any of my cool abilities because they all reset on like long rests, so I've gotten nothing since the.
Okay.
Oh, wait, did I action search?
We didn't. No, you didn't action.
No,
search
I never
for-
action searched that day because it was the crawfish. I mean the lobster man and then the skeletons.
Yeah.
I did I second wind?
You can you should mark these things on your sheet.
Yeah, but I expected we'd have a long rest before something
Well,
bad happened. It's really
Don't
bad.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
so
you've second winded.
I second winded.
'Cause you got
So
rid of
I'm going to rapier, and then rapier again on this guy.
All right, so the
Um,
first one is actually it's a hit on both attacks.
Oh, sweet deal.
and this is the one
So,
that's Malik's fighting. So
yeah, 10 and then 14.
okay.
And then I'm gonna action surge and stab it again.
Okay.
For
Nice.
critical, and then not a hit probably.
Okay.
Well, you have pack tactics. Isn't that advantage?
Oh, it is advantage.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, roll damage.
So 16, and then 10, 26 total
Okay.
on top of the.
Wait. So it
24.
has. Wait. Because you are within reach of 2 guys. Did the 28 not kill him?
Oh, I mean,
It's
we'll
dead.
see.
But
dead
like, did it die before you made that second attack?
All the dice hit the table at once, so we're not gonna roll back and retarget that attack.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
yes. Like, yeah,
I
give-
guess I'll slowly take my turns next time
well,
so
if-
that I'm not being expedient.
No, it's just if you rolled the crit and then not rolled that second one and then rolled damage and then rolled the other, because like you can't roll them all and then assign them. So
I don't really see the difference, to be honest. But
well,
okay.
so the second attack would then miss because you don't have pack tactics on the other guy who is.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't actually, but it's.
Oh,
It's
okay.
fine.
Well,
It's
anyway.
just-
All right, fine.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's kind of crap when I waste all my damage because I'm trying to be expedient.
Okay, but we'll just right now, just like slow it down because we can't. You said like I'm attacking this target. There was no point at which you said you were switching targets. You can't roll all your dice and then say I'm going back and attacking this other one.
Okay, so I
know it
whiff
would make
air
sense,
for my actual hits. I
yeah,
guess.
but that's fine. You kill the one that's over Malik. So Little Fox, on your turn, you'll get another save at the end of this turn. But for now, you have to go this way. Now there's a zombie there, so you're gonna go 10, 20, 25, and just move that direction. So you end up.
My movement is 40.
Yes, yeah. You stop there because you end up where you needed to be.
It wants you to be there.
So the thing
What is significant about this place?
yeah, I don't know, make a perception check.
I got a 16.
16. Okay. The thing that you are drawn to, are you in the light? You have disadvantage because you're in dim light. But yeah, the thing that you are drawn to is visible like in this bush down here. And there's like a bunch of like vines, a big fern, but then sticking up out of the fern is this kind of like yellow like bulb. It's about, I don't know, this big, and there are little bits of like spore or something like floating around it, and the smell that you smelled before is coming from this thing. And so we see you come over and just like stare down at it, and it's the like smell is all hypnotizing you.
Messing up my biz.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to spend inspo. I'm going to make this wisdom save. I get is a 22 sufficient?
It is, yes. Oh, and
Okay,
the
so-
three zombies all get attacks of opportunity on you as you're walking over there.
Oh, so you
'Cause-
don't end your rage. Okay.
Even though I'm their friend. Oh well, no,
You're
you
not-
hit me
you're
with
not their
lightning,
friend.
I didn't my rage.
But you it'll keep your rage up, and yeah, all three of them get swings on you.
Yeah, come at me.
Okay, so 1, 2, and that one hits for 7,
Yeah, so 3.
and then the last one is a miss. Okay, let me just check quickly that Charmed doesn't. Okay, yep. Nobody has any special advantage for you. So okay, all right. So you just take one hit as they swing at you as you go by.
Yeah, I think she like pushes through them to get to the thing she wants, right? So it's like shouldering past them. And then like stares at this bulb and is like, wait a minute, I don't like bulbs. And now she's out of it.
Well, I mean, usually I do, but there are zombies.
Yep. Okay. All right. So the Zambos shuffle back to get you. These ones.
Don't hit me.
20. Let's see. Can he get to you? 25. 20. There we go. Okay, cool. So everybody has at least one on them now. All right, so 2 more attacks on Little Fox down here. So technically, I put it on the map, but only Little Fox can see this thing.
Yeah.
And only dimly. Okay, here we go. So 2 attacks on Little Fox. 1 and 2.
That second one will hit.
Okay, so you take 2. And then 2 on Arcturus. And Arcturus, what's your armor class right now?
It's 12.
Okay. 1 and 2.
Okay, so they both hit.
So you take 8. Okay, can you make a Constitution save? Okay, you're fine. So your lightning is still there, and you take 8 damage. And then the second hit is for 5.
Okay.
And then another one.
13? Is that... I don't know how this works.
Yeah, you're fine.
You're good.
Concentration saves are pretty easy.
It's like a 10. You need like a 10.
Yeah, you only very rarely.
You say that.
Right, I know.
I mean, yeah.
They're meant to be relatively easy, but the Chaos Plateau gets us all. Okay, so Malik, you're prone, so they have advantage on you. So two attacks on prone Malik.
No. Do not like.
Still fine.
Okay, so the second
Not so
one-
fine.
Yeah, right. If I'd split those 20 and the 18 up. So one of them, slams you with its fist, and you take 9 damage, Malik. And then lastly, I keep opening the wrong one. Lastly, one on Ishii. I'm sure you'll be able to. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
So it just
totally okay.
like swings over your head as you duck it and turn your attention.
I feel like this is more that I'm on top of the other zombies, stabbing the living shit out of it, and he can't get a good, yeah.
All right. Cool. It's your turn, Malik. Now you can act. What would you like to do?
Pray.
You know what? Why don't we take a break? And Malik, you can think about how best to get yourself out of this zombie situation, because we're due one. So hang on, hold on, and when we get back, we will see what Malik does. So don't go anywhere. We got 2 more hours of Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation when we get back.